and welcome. You're watching COVID 360. I'm Sneha Mordani. On the show today, we will tell you why the second wave is not over. It lingers on, even as the threat of the third wave looms large. Also on the show, stories of sheer stupidity from hill stations where tourists are flouting COVID-appropriate behavior left, right and centre. We tell you which vaccines are effective against the Delta variant and what are the lessons learned from the second wave of the pandemic. But first up, what exactly are tourists in Manali, Shimla thinking or doing? Our reports from popular tourist spots show sheer carelessness, where people are throwing caution to wind, violating COVID-appropriate behavior and asking for trouble.
It is an invitation to the third wave. Tourists are thronging the hill stations in the north. They have said no to distancing and no to masks. All they seem to want is some reprieve from the heat and the pandemic blues.
भीड़ से दूर रहने का समय निकल गया, अब आप घूमने फिरने आओ, नज़ारे लो जिंदगी के।
कोरोना का डर तो है, लेकिन घर में हम बहुत बोर हो चुके हैं बैठ के, इसलिए तो थोड़ी आउटिंग करने का मन हुआ, इसलिए निकले हैं।
दिल्ली हुई या आसपास कहीं पे भी लोग ना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो चुके हैं, उनको निकलना है बाहर। और हम खुद इतने फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे दिल्ली में रह कि कोरोना की वजह से, लॉकडाउन की वजह से, तो एक ब्रेक चाहिए था।
Hotels are fully booked. Tourists are forced to sleep in their cars at parking lots. The mad rush to the hills has caught the government's attention.
क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि एक स्थाई पर, जिसे एक टर्म भी बोली गई है, रिवेंज ट्रैवल, कि लोग जो घर में बैठे थे, जो रेस्ट्रिक्शन का समय था, अगर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस खोल दी गई तो वायरस खत्म हो गया है। यह ऐसा एक माहौल क्रिएट करेगा जिसमें अब तक जो गेन इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट ऑफ कोविड जो हमने लिए हैं, वह फिर से नलीफाई हो सकते हैं, वह फिर से हम उसको भूल के फिर हमें एक और चैलेंज का सामना करना पड़ सकता है।
Raising alarm bells over the frightening situation in the hills, the Union Health Ministry has taken up the matter with Himachal Pradesh government. Sources tells India Today.
Thousands of tourists are staying in Manali, and on weekends, the tourists from the neighboring Punjab, Haryana and other states join, and they struggle to find out accommodation in the hotels. Parkings are full and hour-long traffic jams are being witnessed. So this is the situation here at Manali.
The rush, however, has brought some cheer to the tourism industry. But even hotel owners acknowledge the risk of flouting norms.
See, we as hoteliers, we are always requesting people to wear masks. In fact, we don't allow anyone without mask to enter our hotels. And tourists who are not carrying masks, we give them masks when they go out of the hotel. And we always request them whenever they go out, when they are on the mall or anywhere else, to wear the mask at all times. Despite that, we see, yes, some tourists we see, they are not wearing masks. And I think they should be dealt with strictly.
As daily cases dip, the urge to beat the pandemic fatigue is real. But with a bulk of India's population largely unvaccinated, the risk runs high. And to all the COVIDiots, the pandemic is far from over. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is happening at a time when the government is just stressing on the need to not undertake revenge tourism because you might be under illusion that the second wave is over. It clearly isn't. A harder look at the data from the northeastern part of the country shows the second wave is lingering on. COVID-19 is surging in northeastern India. The 7 states of the northeast account for over 62% of the 77 high positivity districts in the country at present, reveals data accessed by India Today. Districts having more than 10% positivity are identified as districts of concern. This means 10 in every 100 persons tested for COVID-19 are positive for the infection. Arunachal Pradesh has 19 such districts. The number of such districts in Manipur is 8, followed by 7 in Meghalaya, 4 each in Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, and 2 in Assam. In all, Northeast has 48 districts of concern. East Caming in Arunachal Pradesh is reporting the highest test positivity ratio in India at 86.67%. Changlang has a positivity rate of 80.61%. The Union Health Ministry has already deployed multidisciplinary teams to some of these states in the northeastern part of the country. The Health Secretary has also written to these states asking to up their game as far as handling the situation is concerned. The central teams will be looking into COVID management, hospital facilities and also testing facilities.
हमने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि ऐसे जिले आइडेंटिफाई किए जाएं जहां पर अभी भी वीकली लेवल पर केस पॉजिटिविटी 10% से ज्यादा है.
We are encouraging them to do more testing because the problem there is heavy rains going on there, and so we have to ensure that testing continues on a rapid scale in that areas.
The Ministry of Home Affairs is also stepping in, taking a review meeting of the situation of the alarming increase in positivity rates in several parts of northeastern India. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today. And even as we talk about the second wave lingering on, it is clear a third wave is inevitable. But when will we see it and how will it affect us? Here is a report on the projections that have been made and what the government is now saying. This even as cases are surging already in Maharashtra and Kerala. Any third wave will be a ripple compared with the second wave that tripled India's health infrastructure, projects the Sutra model. But there is a catch. This can hold true only if there is no significantly faster spreading mutant. Sutra is a mathematical model for pandemics authored by Manindra Agarwal, who is a professor from IIT Kanpur, M. Kanitkar, Integrated Defence Staff, and M. Vidyasagar, professor from IIT Hyderabad. Sutra stands for Susceptible, Undetected, Tested Positive and Removed approach. The third wave of COVID-19 will not be big if an immune response mutant does not emerge. Scientists at IIT Kanpur and Hyderabad say, presuming that the vaccination rollout happens as expected and the new mutant that comes is only 25% more infectious but doesn't escape immunity, a third wave will only be a ripple. The Sutra model's three scenarios are as follows. The optimistic one, where we assume that life goes back to normal by August and there is no new mutant. The intermediate one, where we assume that vaccination is 20% less effective in addition to optimistic scenario assumptions. The pessimistic one. This has one assumption different from intermediate one. A new 25% more infectious mutant spreads in August. It is not Delta Plus, which is not more infectious than Delta. Cases of COVID-19 had dipped in India in January in 2021 until the Delta mutant took over and led to the second wave. That is not being ruled out. There is a decline in cases in India. Active cases have touched the 40,000 mark now from 4 lakh in the month of May. But concerns remain.
पिछले 9 दिन से कंटिन्यूअस बेसिस पर 50,000 से कम केसेस प्रतिदिन के हिसाब से देश में रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, which shows a reduction in the spread of infection. देश में 80% नए केसेस अभी 90 जिलों से आ रहे हैं, which means कि यह दिखता है कि जो इन्फेक्शन है वह बड़े एक लोकलाइज्ड लिमिटेड ज्योग्राफी में ही अभी स्प्रेड हो रहा है, जिसमें मुख्यतः महाराष्ट्र, तमिलनाडु, केरला, उड़ीसा, आंध्र प्रदेश, असम और कर्नाटक और उसी तरह से नॉर्थ ईस्ट के हमारे वह स्टेट्स है जहां कुछ जिलों में अधिक केसेस रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं.
Another report by the SBI says that India achieved its second wave peak on the 7th of May and that going by the current data, India can experience cases around 10,000 of them somewhere around the second week of July. However, the cases can start rising by the second fortnight of August, with peak in cases at least a month later, is what the SBI's Economic Research Department has said in a report titled COVID-19, the race to the finishing line.
Community has to be engaged for COVID appropriate behavior, and vaccination based rapid response in priority groups in districts has to continue, and that is the biggest thing that we have in our armamentarium, and we should continue to be cautious, we should continue to be careful, we should continue to be responsible.
Anxiety around the third wave is mounting. The rate of positive tests in parts of Maharashtra where the second wave started has started to climb. The rural district of Satara went into full lockdown this week, while restrictions on eating out and other activities have been tightened across the state. Pune, an important business hub, has also reimposed night curfews. Kerala too is seeing a spike in cases. The state's test positivity ratio, or TPR, is of concern, well above 10%. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today. A recent study in India says the Delta variant indeed is showing resistance to vaccinations. Fully vaccinated individuals are infected with the Delta variant, which is also the reason behind high viral load in patients infected by this. Take a look. A new study has some alarming revelations. It says the Delta variant of coronavirus is 8 times less sensitive to antibodies generated by vaccines. What this means is that COVID vaccines are 8 times less effective against the Delta variant compared to the original strain of SARS-CoV-2 first detected in China's Wuhan. The study confirms what many feared. Delta variant is both more transmissible and better able to evade natural immunity mounted by the immune system of recovered patients. Researchers found that Delta was the dominant strain among fully vaccinated healthcare workers infected with COVID-19. The respiratory viral loads were also higher in the cases of all of these healthcare workers compared to those diagnosed with non-Delta strains. The study was conducted on more than 100 healthcare workers at 3 centers in India, including Delhi's Sir Ganga Ram Hospital. While severe infection was rare among infected healthcare workers, scientists say breakthrough transmission clusters in hospitals associated with the Delta variant are a matter of concern. Breakthrough transmission in this case refers to instances of fully vaccinated healthcare workers testing positive for the Delta variant of COVID-19.
This Delta variant had given 8 times was able to produce 8 times the number of cases than the previous variant that was prevalent in Delhi. So as a result, even vaccinated people could come down with the disease.
The study, which is yet to be submitted for peer review, found that Delta variant has enhanced spike proteins. This enables the virus to attach itself to the epithelial cells found in the lungs and infect more people compared to the Wuhan strain. The Delta variant of SARS-CoV-2 was first identified in Maharashtra in late 2020 and has since spread throughout India. It has now displaced the B.1.17 or the Alpha variant to become the dominant strain in the country. A variant of concern, it is now dominating more than 100 countries and had caused the second wave in India. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today. Which are the vaccines showing efficacy against the Delta variant, the dominant strain in over 100 countries now? Here's more.
Over 90% of all coronavirus cases in the United Kingdom, over 50% of new COVID cases in United States. The deadly Delta variant of coronavirus is sweeping the world. Delta spreading despite high vaccination coverage in many of these countries. The United States, for instance, has vaccinated over 60% of its population and UK over 50%. Then how is the Delta virus wreaking havoc? This worrying question has an equally worrying answer. Immunity provided by vaccines are in most cases significantly less effective against the Delta variant. Even as countries with a bulk of its population vaccinated are struggling to cope up with the Delta surge, countries including India that are yet to inoculate a sizable population could become ideal targets for any new highly infectious mutant. According to a study by the Ganga Ram Hospital in Delhi, COVID vaccines are 8 times less effective against the Delta variant. An ICMR study recently said no antibodies are developed against the Delta variant in 16.1% people who have received both doses of COVID-19 vaccines. There have also been reports of several vaccinated people getting infected due to the strain. So how effective are vaccines against the Delta? Here is what we know. Covishield is 65% effective against the Delta strain, down from nearly 71% overall efficacy. Covaxin is 61% effective against the Delta strain, down from nearly 78% overall efficacy. Pfizer-BioNTech is 71% effective against the Delta strain, down from nearly 92% overall efficacy. Moderna is 88% effective, and Johnson & Johnson is 60% effective. Russia's Sputnik V claims that it is more effective against the Delta than most other vaccines. While all these vaccines indicate efficacy among those fully vaccinated, according to a Lancet study, the efficacy against Delta reduces almost by half in people who have got just one dose. Some research suggests the fall in antibodies against Delta could mean people may even need a booster shot. But there is some good news as well. Vaccines work in preventing serious disease and hospitalization. Scientists across the globe agree the best defense we have against the deadly Delta strain is to get 2-dose vaccination. So what's the big message? Vaccines are the way to go. Even more so with Delta threat staring at the world. Bureau Report, India Today.
But have we learnt anything just yet? The Delta and the Delta Plus variant of SARS-CoV-2 has become a worry for an anticipated third wave, which can be prevented or mitigated at least on the basis of lessons learned from the past 2 waves.
India is barely put behind the horrors of the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. The threat of a third wave is now looming large. More than 73 districts are still reporting a test positivity rate of over 80%, mostly districts in northeast India. The one big factor this time is the lessons learned from the devastating second attack of COVID. So is India better prepared when the third wave hits?
हमारे इंडिजिनस यूज मैन्युफैक्चर्ड वैक्सीन जैसे कि कोविशील्ड या कोवैक्सीन तो हैं ही, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ स्पुतनिक और अब मॉडर्ना वैक्सीन, फाइजर वैक्सीन, इन सबों का आना हम सबों के लिए बड़ी अच्छी खबर है।
Experts say that for a start, doctors should avoid prescribing unproven or ineffective therapies for COVID-19.
From healthcare workers to follow only evidence-based medicine. It includes all the therapies, all the tests, procedures to make sure that only evidence-based measures are used, including remdesivir or any other therapies.
While more and more people are being vaccinated, that alone cannot be a guarantee. The best defense against all variants of COVID-19 is still face masks and social distancing. But India also needs to give more thrust to science, particularly genome sequencing. Identifying a new variant is understood to be crucial in mitigating the chance of a fresh wave of COVID-19 pandemic.
As India is heading towards the ebb of the pandemic, this is the right time to ensure that COVID fatigue does not creep in and we don't return to the state that we were after the first wave. And looking at the second wave, the country has learned many lessons that are now being implemented ahead of the impending third wave of COVID-19. With Hitesh Kumar, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.
Well, that is it in this edition of COVID 360. But before we go, we will tell you exactly why children will show us the way. A video of a child in Dharamshala has gone viral. He's asking tourists to wear masks even as he is barefooted. He is wearing one. Do take a look. Thanks for watching. Be safe.
Thank you.